Hi, my name is Rachel. Welcome to my channel, Learning with Boys. I have 4 boys ages 9 to 19, and I've been homeschooling for about 13 years. Today, I just want to share some books, and actually one of them is a DVD, of some things that helped me as a parent and as a teacher when I first started out homeschooling, and throughout the years, different books that have helped me. One thing I do want to mention, and especially if you're just starting out homeschooling, possibly even if you have a preschooler, maybe you're coming out of the school system and you decide you want to homeschool and you don't know where to begin. There is a lot of help, and I have trying to put videos out there to help too with different curriculum and different ideas. But I will tell you the thing that helped me. Well, one of the things that helped me the most was actually going to like a homeschool convention, especially if you can do it with your husband. It just really helped encourage me. It was really just encouragement for me. Like, I'm not alone in this, and especially as a young homeschool mom. But so I know those are going to be coming up in the spring, and I know they're not all locally. Sometimes you might have to travel a few hours, and sometimes it's just not going to be possible, especially if you have younger ones. I do understand that. It was quite a few years before I was able to go to one, but I do know it was a blessing, and it was such an encouragement. So that is the first thing I want to say. If at all possible, this coming spring, when they're all arising all over the country, if you could possibly get to a homeschool convention. I do know there is something called the Homeschool Summit. I think that's the full name. I'll try to link it below. And they have something that is online, but it is during the school year. I can't remember if it's just once a year or twice a year, and you can watch it. And that was really, really helpful too. And but I know they had one in the fall, and that sort of passed. It's a little bit different. It's definitely better if you can go to one, but it was still encouraging. So I'll try to post that just in case there is possibly no way you can make it to one. But I do want to share a few things with you. And the first thing is something from the Institute for Excellence in Writing, Teaching Boys and Other Children Who Would Rather Make Forts All Day. Now, I just watched this recently, but I watched it years ago. Probably from the first convention I went to, I purchased this. And I would say my oldest was like in 3rd or 4th grade. And it's really good. I think all parents and all teachers should watch this. It really just explained the different ways that boys and girls learn. And I mean, some of it is common sense, but it was really good. It is about actually 80 minutes long. And I just wanted to share a couple things that he said on here. And I'm going to read it because I can't remember it. It's late. I'm tired. Okay. So children like to do what they can do, want to do what they think they can. And he talks about this. It's good. Children hate and will refuse to do what they think they cannot do. They'll just refuse. He gave a lot of thoughts on that. I'm not going to go into it, but I want to encourage you to look this up. He also said one of his final notes was to build up a child's emotional bank account so they can live off the principle. Just talking about encouragement. Just build them up and encourage them. More like, say, at least 10 encouraging things before you say one thing that, is going to be sound negative, but it's really just to help them. So, but to build them up first in an honest, truthful way. But really enjoyed that. I hadn't heard it in a while. Decided to listen to it again today. And I was actually trying to get some lessons plans done, so I stuck it in the computer over here. Okay, the other thing, Proverbs for Parenting, a topical guide for child raising from the book of Proverbs. And this is really good. It really just gives like selfishness, self-control. Then there's a whole topic on reproof and correction. There's even something here on marriage, judgment, obedience. And it just gives you Proverbs. I don't know if you can see that, some verses to go with whatever subject you're talking about. And we use this a lot, you know, if we were discussing, there's one about gossip. If we just needed to talk about to our boys about something, we could use some scripture. And this we used a lot when they were younger. Another book is Teachers of Good Things by Francie Taylor. Now, my mom gave me this book years ago. I've read it several times since then. But the first time she gave it to me, she said, now this isn't a homeschool book, meaning it wasn't for teachers. She wasn't meant for like a homeschool teacher. But it's more for the older teaching the younger. But there's so much that I could relate to because I am constantly teaching somebody younger. And even though it's my boys, my children, they're the ones I'm watching. They're the ones I'm discipling. And this was really good in so many ways that as a parent, as a mother, as a servant of the Lord, that this could be so helpful. Like I said, I've read it a few times and I will probably read it again. So, now, sorry, this is the second time I went to a homeschool convention. We have not gone every year. I went with my kids were younger. And then I had the opportunity to go a couple times with my husband. So it's not like we are going every year, but I think if you could at least go once, that's sort of what I was encouraging. But we listened to someone called Carol Barnier, I think is how you say it. And this is the Big What Now book of learning styles. She was good to listen to at her sessions. And this was something I needed at the time. Especially, you know, you really have to, when you're going, just pray about what you need and the Lord will provide. Just gives you lots of different ways to teach children, especially children that learn differently. And she also had a book, now I haven't had this the whole time, I got this recently, How to Get Your Child Off the Refrigerator and Onto Learning. So, there's some good things in here. I actually was thinking of a friend when I bought this, but I could have read this when my boys were younger, especially one of them. So, now, this book is called The Ultimate Guide to Homeschooling Teens. But there is a book, if you can picture it, I don't have it in front of me. It's actually called The Ultimate Guide to Homeschooling. And I got that one at the library. And I purchased the one of the teens. I read both. I read the Ultimate Guide to Homeschooling, cross out the teens, before I had teens, which was very helpful. And then I ordered this one when I had teens. And it's really, I mean, I haven't followed this like to the T. It just gives you an idea, especially when you have teenagers and you don't really know where to go. This was very helpful and a guidance and a lot of information. But if you want a thick book to hang on to when homeschooling teens, this is a good one. Now, a book I just recently got at the library, and I decided I have got to have that book. And why did I not have that book years ago? I don't know. But it's The Read Aloud Family by Sarah McKenzie. And maybe a lot of you have heard of this. I should have heard of this, but I didn't. This is so good. I felt like I could relate to everything, and I wanted to highlight a lot. So that's one reason I decided to buy my own book, so I could do that. This was so good and so truthful. I mean, I could totally relate to it. So what I'm saying is, as a mom that's homeschooled for many years, there's so much truth in this. So. Now, a new book that I have just gotten and have not read, but plan to read, hopefully this coming month, is The 4-Hour School Day. And I have a feeling I will relate to this one too, but I'm not sure. But how you and your kids can thrive in the homeschool life, the 4-hour school day. So this is by Durenda Wilson. So I haven't read anything from her, and really I have just come upon her. She's probably been out for a while. For many years, I tried to keep up with everything, and then it seems like as my boys, I have one in college now, got older, I slowed down on the book reading and catching up with who was out there. So I look forward to reading this book, and I just wanted to share some of those with you. And like I said, I got this one from the library. I think you could even get this one from the library. So that might be your option for now. But I appreciate you all watching this video. If you like this type of content, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe and share it with your friends. I do plan on doing a little bit more videos on some I use from preschool all the way through high school in the next week or so. So I hope you all have a wonderful week. Thank you for watching.